Get all these cameras on. Alright, there's the wing cam. Alright, we're gonna go for a night flight. I've been talking about this one for a while. Today we're gonna do it.
Skyhawk 361, Lima uniform is turning left crosswind for runway 2, Lewis traffic.
We're gonna do a Chicago downtown Skyline tour at night. I've got a camera on the wing, I've got a belly cam, and then the one here and the one behind over the shoulder. It's kind of clear. It was a little hazy earlier, but downtown showed clear, so it should be a visually stimulating video. Stick around, you'll like it. I hope. We've completed our run-up. All of our checks. We're gonna taxi over to runway 2. There's one guy running around in the pattern, so just keep an eye out for that guy. Let's get going.
Lewis traffic, Skyhawk 361, Lima uniform is on left downwind for runway 2, Lewis traffic.
So we'll just taxi through the terminal and then make a left down the runway 2. Now let's see what we got here. Clear to the right, clear to the left. I'm not sure how clear I am through this camera here. We'll see. I don't know if it makes any difference if I turn on these red lights. Let's see. The red dome lights, we'll get them. Oh look, a little coyote just ran across. Alright, so maybe these lights make it a little better. We'll keep them on. I'm also going to have the cameras on the outside. You guys don't want to look at my shiny head. You want to see the beautiful...
Traffic, Skyhawk 361, Lima uniform is turning left base for runway 2, Lewis traffic.
You want to see the beautiful buildings downtown. And so do I. So we'll just taxi, like I said, through the terminal here, go to Joliet, make a left on Gulf. Runway 2. Take off. And head to east. Alright, we'll make a left here.
Lewis traffic, Skyhawk 361, Lima uniform is turning final for runway 2, and this will be a stop and go, Lewis traffic.
Yeah, that guy's having a good time doing stop and goes. Couple of planes parked at the terminal here. This looks like a Beechcraft, maybe a Debonair. And next to it is a Piper PA-46, Meridian or Malibu. I like those airplanes. We're on the main tank, or the right main tank. We'll take off on the right main tank. And then we might go to the right tip tank. There's that guy landing there. He's stopping and then he's just going to take off. He's doing night currency. Let's make sure what he's doing. Alright, clear right. Clear left. Yeah, there he is. He's just making full stops and then he's taking off again. For the night landings to count for currency. Well, it's, let me see here. 67 degrees outside. Get this window open. It gets a little chilly when I have this window open, and then when I close the window it gets warm. It's in between that perfect temperature. I hope it isn't hazy downtown. I really do. I don't want to fly all the way down there for nothing. I'd like to get you guys a nice, beautiful video of the lights.
Lewis traffic, Skyhawk 361 Lima uniform is turning left crosswind for runway 2, Lewis traffic.
You know what, let's send this to the panel. Accept it, activate it. Now we'll have it on the panel.
Traffic, Skyhawk 361 Lima uniform is turning left downwind for runway 2, Lewis traffic.
That guy's cooking in the pattern. And that's what we'll do. I don't know if we'll probably just go to the Baha'i Temple as usual, turn around and come back. Sometimes I like to go all around the city, but it's already 10 p.m. I don't want to get home too late. Alright, let's go ahead and set up here. We'll line up with the hold short line here. Do our pre-takeoff checklist real quick. Alright, pre-takeoff flaps 1 notch. Prop high RPM. Mixture best power. Fuel pump on. Let's get these windows locked here. AC is off. Alternate air is closed. Pitot heat not necessary. Transponders on 1200. We'll call and get a code when we're in the air. Heading bug 02. That's where 002 is what we need. Alright, runway 2. There's that guy on the downwind. Heading bug is set. Doors and windows are locked. All my lights are on, strobes on, time note 1010. We'll release the brakes and go. I'm gonna leave these lights on 1 notch. Okay, fuel, props, fuel. 13480. Lewis traffic, Cherokee 5265 Sierra is taking runway 2. Gonna depart the pattern to the east. Lewis traffic. Here we go. We'll go ahead and taxi our way.
Lewis traffic, Skyhawk 361 Lima uniform is turning left base for runway 2, Lewis traffic.
Alright, we'll get out of his way. We'll do a running takeoff here. Fuel props, fuel. Go ahead and engage, line up with the center line here and engage full power. Full power is engaged and indicating. All my gauges are in the green. Airspeed's alive. We're looking for 70. There we go.
Lewis traffic, Skyhawk 361 Lima uniform is on base for runway 2, Lewis traffic.
Alright, there's 100 knots. We'll get rid of our takeoff.
Uniform is short final, runway 2, touch and go, Lewis traffic.
Lewis traffic 5265 Sierra's on the upwind. Going to depart on runway 2, departing the pattern to the east. Lewis. Let's get this light off. Let's go ahead and turn this into dark mode. And we'll turn to the east. I don't know if I like these lights. Let's turn them down. When we exit the Delta, yeah, let's get the autopilot on. We'll put it on east. Autopilot heading mode. Let's get the fuel pump off, watch the fuel pressure. And we'll bring our props back to 2500. We're going to stay maximum power for a while. Alright, it looks a little hazy, but let's see. At 80% power. Oil pressure is good, oil temperature is good, amps, volts, EHTs, EGTs, everything's looking good. You know, we're gonna head a little to the south just so we can skirt. And you know what? I don't think this is gonna work out. I can't see the buildings at all. But we'll get a little closer and see before we give up. I just widen out to the south a little just so we can skirt Midway's Charlie. Let's get our readers on. All the CGTs and EGTs, CHTs and EGTs looking good. Everything's in the green. Let's go to the right main, or the right tip tank for a while. You know what? Actually, I'm going to leave it on the main tank. Right main, then we'll come back left main.
Traffic, Skyhawk 361, Lima uniform is turning left base for runway 2, Lewis traffic.
The avionics are warning us about the Charlie, so we're going to spread out a little bit more. There's an airplane over there. Keep an eye out for him, he's 500 feet above.
Lewis traffic, Skyhawk 361, Lima uniform is turning final for runway 2, Lewis traffic.
Let's check our cruise checklist. Throttle set. Prop is set. Mixture set. We can lean it out a little later. Fuel pump is off. Instruments, everything's in the green. Fuel's proper tank. And I haven't called Chicago yet. In case we turn around and head back, I don't want to bother them for nothing. It is VFR. It's just hazy. And I'm hoping the cameras pick up the scenery. Either way, you need to get the hours on the airplane, so it's not a complete waste. Alright, how far are we from Midway? Let's see. So when we call in, we can say we are 11 miles south of Midway. We're doing 155 indicated airspeed, 142 true airspeed, 140 over the ground. I still don't see the Skyline. So this might we'll just make it to the lake. We might just go all the way to the lake, turn around and come back. see. All right, let's bring it back to 65%. Well, not yet.
So this traffic, Skyhawk 361 Lima uniform is turning left crossing for runway 2. This traffic.
I'm going to lean it out a little.
Lewis traffic, Skyhawk 361 Lima uniform is turning left downwind for runway 2, Lewis traffic.
Let's see if anyone else is doing the Skyline tour.
Airsure 340, flight heading 290, vector final.
290, Airsure 340.
Delta 2052, County Chicago Center, 134.82.
Let's do this here. We got some convective activity on the way. Interesting.
Delta 3726, maintain 170 knots or greater till Highland. Contact the tower Highland, 135.2.
We'll do that 170 till Highland Tower there, Delta 3726.
Delta 611 is 13 miles from altitude, cross altitude at 4,000, cut off 4 right approach.
Altitude 4,000, cleared ILS to 4 right approach, Southwest 611.
Airsure 340, traffic, 12 o'clock, 5 miles, or eastbound indicates 2,000, type unknown.
Look at Airsure 340.
I think they're talking about us. Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be...
Airsure 340, roger, that altitude sound about right, about 2,000 feet below you.
That checks, Airsure 340.
Roger. Airsure 340, maintain 200 knots, then descend and maintain 2,500.
Slow to 200 and then 2,500, Airsure 340.
Delta 611.
Here's Gary.
210.
Speed 210, Southwest 611.
Departure flight 2210, maintain 210 knots or greater.
210 or better, departure flight 2210.
All right, you know what, guys? Honestly, I think this mission is a bust.
Approach departure flight 3899, leveling at 4,000 for 4.
We're going to go ahead.
3899,
We're going to go ahead and turn back.
4 miles from Old Check. Cross Old Check at 4,000. Your third ILS 4 right approach. Maintain 250 knots.
Old Check at 4,000. I think you meant cleared for the RSP Yankee 4 right, is that right?
That is correct. Apologize. RNAV Yankee 4 right, departure 3899.
That's alright. You lying if I say I don't make mistakes all the time.
We'll have to do this another night when it's nicer. Too hazy. And we've got some convective activity over the lake that I don't want to fly through.
To look for is Frontier Airbus. Probably won't see the Frontier, but Airbus 12 o'clock, 6 miles northeast down to 4,000.
Looking for traffic, Airsure 340.
We'll just have
340, fly heading 310.
We'll keep an eye out for...
340. Approach, good evening, so that's 2445, did you get a 6 or 4?
That's 2445, Chicago approach, good evening, about 20 miles from Old Check, cross to the 4,000, cut on Yankee 4 right approach, maintain 250 knots.
250 knots, Old Check at 4, cleared on Yankee approach 4 right, Southwest 2445.
Departure flight 2210, maintain 180 knots.
We'll keep an eye out for the traffic that's at Lewis. There's one guy that we know about that's in the pattern, and I think there's another one joining him. So we'll find our way in there. Let's go ahead and clear up this.
This traffic, Skyhawk 361, leaving uniform to clear the runway.
We'll delete everything in here. We'll put a visual for runway 2. We'll load and activate it. Oil pressure is good, oil temperature is good, amps, volts, EGTs, and PHTs all look good. We'll double check with our readers. We're at 70% power. Let's find the 2500. And we'll come over the field and then descend into the left downwind for runway 2. One of these days we'll get this night flight in. One of these days. Every time I try, something happens. Alright, I don't see anybody in the pattern there. We're on the CTAF. I don't hear anybody calling. Let's go ahead and call. Lowest traffic, Cherokee 5265 Sierra is 10 miles to the east, 2,500 feet. I'm going to come over the field at 2,500 and to the left downwind for runway 2. Lowest traffic. Let's get the lights on. There's the field. I've got the beacon in sight. We'll line up with 27. Get the fuel pump on. We'll put it on the left main. Watching the fuel pressure. There's the beacon. Oil pressure, oil temperature, amps, volts, EGTs, PHTs, all looking good. Another. Let's see, we're on the I'll make sure I'm on the left main tank here. Left main. There's an airplane 1,500 feet southwest coming across there. Lowest traffic, Cherokee 5265 Sierra, 5 miles to the east, 2,500 feet. I'm going to cross over the field and enter the left downwind for runway 2. Lowest traffic. There's the beacon there. We get all the runway lights on. Crossover 27 here. Lewis traffic, Cherokee 5265 Sierra is over the field at 2,500 feet. Gonna enter the left downwind for runway 2. Lewis traffic. Autopilot's off. Alright, gas, undercarriage, mixtures. Look at the props up. All my switches are on, seatbelts on. Nobody's in the pattern. Lewis traffic, Cherokee 5265 Sierra is over the field, 2,500 feet. Gonna descend into the left downwind, runway 2. Lewis traffic. Yep, nobody's here. We'll descend down to 1700, which is pattern altitude. There's runway 2 below us. Lewis traffic, Cherokee 5265 Sierra is entering the left downwind for runway 2. Lewis traffic. Alright, there's pattern altitude. Let's bring the manifold pressure 15, leave it there. I had to beam the numbers. We're doing 100 knots. We'll get one notch of flaps in here. Lewis traffic, Cherokee 5265 Sierra is turning left base, runway 2. Lewis traffic. Gas, undercarriage, mixtures, prop switches, seatbelts. Nobody in the pattern. We'll get another notch of flaps in. We're at 90 knots. Final's clear. We have 2 knots of right crosswind, no big deal. Lewis traffic, Cherokee 5265 Sierra is turning final, runway 2. Lewis traffic. We'll get our last notch of flaps in. Hey, there's the laser altimeter. Watch how quickly this airplane sinks. Cherokee 6s love to sink. We're at 85 knots. 80 knots. We'll just keep descending and see, it just drops like an elevator. We're already 2 red, 2 white. Alright, let's get the nose up here.
5, 2, 1.
Oh, there we go. Right on the center line. The laser altimeter worked. Let's make a right on Joliet. We'll go through the terminal, taxi all the way back. Fuel pump off. Lean. Get rid of our flaps. Well, I really wanted to show you guys downtown at night, but that didn't work out. We'll do it another time. I've been saying it for a while. But we'll get it done. I promise, we'll get it done. It's just too hazy. Lewis traffic, Cherokee 5265 Sierra is clear of the active, runway 2. Lewis traffic. What time is it now? Let's see. It is 10:30.
Inbound to the left, mid-shift downwind, we entering on the 45, runway 2, Lewis traffic.
Another airplane's coming in. I really love flying at night. I know I say that often. But I prefer doing it in the Aztec, or in the Golden Eagle, or in a turboprop. Single engine piston airplanes, although this one has a brand new engine, and it's been running great, until it has about 50 hours on it, I'd say. You're still always weary of what it's going to do. So just to be on the safe side, single engine pistons should be flown during the day. Clear weather. You can fly them IFR, obviously. But some pilots, let's make sure no one's coming. Will have a list of risks that they're willing to take in a single engine piston. For example, they may fly at night, but they won't fly at night and it being IFR, or fly at night and over hostile, inhospitable terrain. You know, because should you have some catastrophic engine failure, which is unlikely, let's be realistic. If your engine, like this one, is brand new, and it's well maintained, and you know how to operate it properly, or you're not abusing it, it's unlikely that you're going to have a catastrophic failure, but it could happen. And if it did at night, you know, you got to find somewhere to put it down. If you're not that high, where you can glide to the nearest airport. Like today, we were going to just be at 2,000 feet in the haze, hard to see where we're going. Not sure that would have been the smartest, besides not being able to get the footage we want. So what was the point of doing all that? Or flying over the mountains at night in a single engine isn't also the safest. But in a twin, like an Aztec, I'd do that no problem. I have done it. And obviously, in a turboprop, even a single engine turboprop.
Traffic Skyhawk 612 Mike Alpha. We're actually going to switch for the left downwind runway 27. We'll overfly the field at about 2,700 and make a teardrop entry for the left downwind runway 27. Lewis traffic.
Oh, that guy's fancy. He's going to do a teardrop. We just descended into the left downwind. Well, anyway, we're back at the barn. Let's go ahead and put the bird away. If this footage is worth posting, I'll post it. If you enjoy it, please like and subscribe. I thank you either way. Otherwise, I might just make a few shorts out of it and post those. People seem to like them with the music. Alright guys, see you next time in the air. Go ahead and commence shutdown sequence. Music, mixtures, mags, and master. Here we go. Music.